fight you if you try to do it another way. All right, so it looks like we're about to go through overnight, which is probably not going to be great, but gives us some time to get other stuff set up. Oh, what's up, Wheezy? So Trophy Haddock, okay. So maybe I'll go fish 34. We'll see. Copper's kind of dead. Is that right, Mikey? All right, so we've got stuff in the water, so now I can do coffee. All right. I'm putting off coffee a little bit longer. Okay, so we've got this. Okay. Yo, what's up, Steelhead? It's going pretty good. How are you doing? Um, let's see here. You had a shop accident? Oh no. Well, I'm glad you're doing better and healing up, but that sounds scary. What is happening with I'm bright? Oh, I'm very bright. Let's see. What I was running into earlier, I think this maybe help. That helped me be less bright. Or am I still really bright? Let's think about this. What usually does brightness is like the warmth, right? Of let me see. White balance is one way. Turn the white balance down just a little bit. Wonder if I can turn this back off because that's messing with the. I think that's a little less bright. Now, what is that up here? Oh, it's wow. The camera's that far over. All right. Oh, but you know what? I have it cropped, don't I? Hold on, let me see. Oh yeah, we've got it cropped. We're fine. Let me know if you think that's any better, Flanka. You ran your left hand through table saw. Lost the ends of 3 fingers on my left hand. Wow. Steelhead. That sounds painful. Yo, what's up, Seismic? Good morning to you. It's almost time to get some more New York gear, guys. All right. Let's see what time is it. 17:23. So just for fun, we're gonna go do the we're gonna go do the Donit's rough spot on my current leveling guide account. All good now. Okay, great to hear it. Has anyone had not even a trophy, but just a single albino in this spot? Donnet's spot is perch heaven. Yes, it is. Although at night it's kind of nice. It's nice for Donnets, right? There is a perch order right now. Pretty easy one. Yeah, I know trophy albino caught, but I just was curious if any of us normies have even seen a regular albino. Not a trophy, but even just a regular one. Even in the night you got perch? Yeah, that's possible. No binos for you, Flanka? Do I not have the same? Oh, I do. Okay. Something looks different to me, but I guess it's just the angle because I don't see the red coming off of the middle one. I was trying to figure out what was going on with that. You got your perch index. Does that mean trophy? No albinos for you, Odin? What's a BML weekly grind, by the way? All right, we're going to do 22 hook. I'm going to start off with bloodworms. I'm not going to waste my red worms until it gets a little bit... Oh, why can't I see the... Oh, because I'm playing on the other computer. I don't have my thing that I normally cast at. Fine. Yeah, it's 18. Let's just put regular worms and stuff on there. All right, Flanka. Thank you. Thank you, Flanka. We're doing an 11-meter clip over here, by the way. Bottom light. Oh, I got you. That looks like a grass carp. All right, we're just 3 perch away from that cafe order. Two perch away from the cafe order. What's up, Perch Master? I am fishing for... On my main account, I'm fishing for grass carp and black carp. And I'm fishing for perch right now on my leveling account. Yeah, that's right, Mikey. We did get that river mussel. Oh, wow, steelhead. I forgot to close this bail, y'all. This perch almost just spooled me at winding. Actually, that's not a perch. Is that a small bream? Yeah. I've been doing that a lot lately. I think it's a sign of my age. Leaving the bail open. You got 2 trophy chubs? Oh wow. Yeah, that would be a fight. Or just that would just be standing there being patient, waiting for the chub to get tired on this setup at least, on these setups. Oh, look at this. Wow. These perch are getting big. You got them in with pickers with Lacertes. Yeah, let's see. I'm using the very starter feeder kit with 3.1 line. Okay. It's something a little decent. Yo, Jabs with a trophy black carp. There you go, Jabs. That's a nice catch. Yeah, I double checked. I do already have that fish here at Bear. I don't have it at Old Berg, at least not since they came out with the trophy cards. But I don't have the new card system, not the trophy cards, since they came out with the trophy tracker, whatever. But since they came out with trophy cards, I don't think I have a black carp card. Not that there's a guarantee I would get it, but what is this little fish? That's a little rough. I don't think this will be a trophy because it's a little too small. Not running like it would, I think, but it's a nice little fish for sure. It is a little weighty because you can tell my energy just gets sapped every time I try to pull on it a little bit. Y'all think this might be a trophy? Well, whatever it is, he didn't want to run. He just stayed really close. I mean, he is right there. It looks like a grass carp based on the coloration I just saw. I don't think it's a black carp. See it? Yeah, it's definitely a grass carp. Now, grass carp trophies are harder to tell for me because of their shape. For me, at least, they don't quite pop like, you can tell a trophy common pretty easily. You still think that's trophy? You would be correct. You would be correct on the trophy. No card, though. No grass carp card, huh? Yeah, thank y'all. Apparently the size 4.0 hooks and the really huge PVA bags paid off. Maybe. Yo, what's up, Fakin? Willage, hello. Another fatty perch. Well, if it doesn't expire, we definitely have that perch cafe order done. Yo, what's up, Javon? Huh. Why is Alt Tab not working on? It's just really not, huh? I'm not sure why. All right, it's almost time for the perch to shut off, or at least slow down. It's amazing how good this spot is for perch now. It is such a fast bite rate. At least right now, it's a pretty good way to level up your bottom fishing if you're low level. And do perch cafe orders. Oh, all of a sudden it's the right season for my shovel. It's felt so weird using that shovel for so long now, but now it's like a good time to use it again. You hit 85%? Nice. You are on your way. Another trophy? Not necessarily. We'll see. Because I had just done that digging action, I've started off with no energy, which this is not the way. This is not the way. But we'll see. Try holding S. Wait, what am I holding S for, Blanca? Oh, you want me to... I see what you're saying. Try holding S. I'm like, wait, what are we doing? Yeah, I don't love walking fish in. I don't know why. It's just always been a thing of mine that... Not a huge fan. But you're right, it is smart, especially this situation. Like, this is the perfect fish to walk in. It's not strong enough to pull, but it's also not, I'm not really able to reel it in. So it is very smart to do that. Because he's not going to break us off. He's not going to pull. And this will save a ton of time. But I also, until recently, haven't really fished for carp with Vengas. Or these TIs. You know, I didn't have TIs till fairly recently. So I would always use the Megaras on the Sage and the other one. These TIs and Vengas do give you a little bit more power, I feel like. Even though you're still bound to the 36. What is this? Like, I feel like this was just... oh, now there's a fish on there? That's just weird. That was so weird. What's the best thing to use at 34 right now on the ocean? You call it a blue trophy Pontic shad? Oh, wow. That's a big deal. Foams, okay. That's cool. Yeah, I mean the only justification for it, Flonk, I guess would be the bonuses, right? Pink quicker. Okay, that's interesting. So foams and quicker. What's your favorite foam color right now? Maybe I should set that up so I don't forget by the time we get out there later. Mega perk. Let's see. Which quicker is it? Is it the 4.5? Or 7? Seven? Okay. Well, let's do what you were doing. What size hook were you using? 6.0. Oh, nice. Look at you. Were you running 3 of those? Actually, I think I already passed it because now I'm with 6.0. You only have one option. That is interesting. On 34, you were doing that. That's such a fascinating strategy. That's a nice white bream, by the way. What did you have up top? Like what was your pilker lure? Tinyfish 4002. I mean, I almost want to use something a little stronger if I'm going to do these bigger. Oh, sorry, Wheezy. Can you whisper it to me? It doesn't let you post on Twitch. And I can post it if you're... Oh, I think you did. Thank you. All right, in case anybody else wants to see Wheezy's post. Haddock, how was your net? Or maybe you posted your net. No, I don't think you posted your net. Was your net decent as well? You're using... Holy cow. And this is at 34. I don't think I've ever... I don't know, I shouldn't say never, because I have done this a couple times. It's so rare, though, that I've ever fished at 34 with, like, the big stuff, like what you're using there. Okay, I was supposed to post this, wasn't I? I don't understand why it's acting so funny. All right, I'm gonna shut down Google Chrome here. Oh, wait, that's gonna... Yeah, that's interesting. Our first black carp. Black carp's a nice fish to catch during happy hour. Care about such things. Oh, maybe the Dinet's Rough have kind of dried up a little bit. I'm just realizing, when did I last do this? Yesterday? I was still catching really nice Dinet's Rough yesterday. Oh, there's one. Still possible. 75 gram. Yesterday I had 130 gram or something. Oh, there's one. 51 gram. We found him. You said Tiny Fish 4002, which to me that's probably more. I just don't know that I want to go big, honestly. I think I'm gonna do. I don't know, Mikey. I'm not sure. I mean, I think if I was on my main account, I probably would try to go with a pretty small diameter if I'm targeting Donits, but I'm not sure how much it actually matters. All right, so we're thinking black foam might be good. Could also look at weekly. See what are stuff people are catching at 34. Look at those cusk, man. Holy cow. Yeah, there's black. You think of getting the invisible braid? Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth trying that. Yeah, there's black again. We'll check the pollock, but it's looking like black. We might just double up on black, honestly. Somebody's had a weekly record done. It's rough, it looks like in chat, 262. Let's double check pollock. Pollock's not showing up on anything. I'm actually having a hard time finding any other colors besides black. Okay, there's another black. All right, I'm just doubling up on black then. Probably ought to triple up, but I'll start off with that tiny fish just for fun. Oh, one thing I didn't pay attention to was what lurkers people are using. Maybe the Jigmeister. I'll double check that though. All right. Yo, what's up, Dark You? What am I stuck on? Ooh, that's big. 24.39. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. All right, we should move to mosquito maybe. Wait for these nibbles to clear. Yo, Old School Dixon, thanks for the follow. I really appreciate that. Ooh, it's a dace. That's the thing, like if you use really small hooks and bloodworms in this spot, I've noticed you get gudgeon, and we just caught a dace as well on redworm. All right, here's something, probably a perch, but we'll see. Yep. Black foam, yeah, I think I'll just do black foam. I just got to figure out what, lure I want at the top. Merry Christmas from my shovel. You have 35,000 silver. That's so fun. I don't know what to buy. Gold S60s and 3 feeder rods, 3 calibers, 3 Fortuna carps. Good. For the Norwegian Sea, I've got Taiga Sea and Ocean Queen. You're level 38 with PVA. Any recommendations on Old School Dixon? You kind of have everything covered in terms of like the minimum to do all the fun things, or a lot of the fun things. So it's like, what do you want to kind of get something? What do you want to be like the, like, do you enjoy the sea? If you really enjoy the sea, then maybe you just save for your big ocean setup. If you really love carp fishing and want to do more like sturgeon and wild carp and stuff like that, maybe you save up for vingas or something like that. You also, let's see, based on what you have, is anything that's at the Christmas fair an upgrade? Yes, I guess those, what are those called? The Overlords or whatever? Those technically would be an upgrade. Odin says time for first Vinga. Yeah, I think that is possible. That is one way you could go, I feel like. All right, let's see if that perch order is still up. Yes, it is. Well, good. So that's 10 silver just from that perch order. And then we have the rough as well. That's another 6.3 silver. I don't think we have gibbles or crucians. Wide eye. We didn't get any mussels that time. That's still another 50.9 silver, which is very nice. I don't think I've ever, on this low of a level of a leveling account series, made as much silver as I have this time on those Donit's rough. Yeah, I agree with that too. What Dark Hugh is saying, that is also worth thinking about. That's not the normal advice you would get, but I like that, at least considering that. The Norway house. Free travel. Save all that silver over time. There's always stuff in stock at the Norway shop. You can enjoy putting stuff in the Norway house if that's your thing. Interesting advice there, Dark Hugh. But yeah, I feel like Vinga is always a good thing to at least consider when you're kind of at the point that you're at. Unless you just love the sea and want to expedite or prioritize getting a bigger sea setup. Which right now, it feels like people are saying the sea is not the best. So it might be hard to connect with that motivation at the moment, but, you know, give it a month or two and it'll probably be amazing. So do I not have a third? Interesting. I guess I need to get one. So let's see. We're going a large extra one. We're putting the perch mix on there. A liter. Night crawlers. This is what, an 8 clip, I think. More perch. But with the size hooks we're using, hopefully it'll just be fat perch mostly. Perch mix. Large one hook. Nightcrawler. Perfect. Let's see. I'm working and fishing in the same time, so no sea for me. Okay, so you're mostly doing bottom fishing, carp fishing? Yes, definitely feeling like a Venga option is worth considering at least. Found new F1 method. It's very good. No ground bait, no spa, just no PVA. 7 F1s in 10 minutes. Wait, what is this, Mikey? Do you want to share with the big group? Norway Cafe is good. You can always have save for a few fish orders and pop up. Just oh yeah, that's totally true. I agree with that, Dark You. I think that's really good advice. Another trophy grass carp. This time Crocs caught it. Grats. All right, I'll be right back. We have fish everywhere. At least over here. These fat perch. These fat mosquito perch. I just would love it if the first trophy on this leveling series account was a perch at mosquito. That would be just wild to me. Gibble? And perch. What size did we get? 70 gram. We have to be uniform, you know? Oh, we also have enough silver. That's what we'll do while I'm fishing on my main account today. We'll go upgrade all those reels when we have enough silver. What was I going to look at? Oh, the feeders. Classic feeders. Oh, the one I want is out of stock? Okay, that's so weird. Why is a feeder out of stock at Mosquito? All right, let's see. F1 trophy. Wait, what? Cocoa cream corn. Okay, hold on. So again, so I'll remember. I assume we'll do this on this. Cocoa and cream corn with cocoa nectar dip. Where are you? 59.51. Size 1 hook. Okay. Oh shoot, is this? Yeah, that's not the right one. Is that the right one? Yes. 59.51. Oh, that's a nice tuna. Congrats. Holy moly. Y'all like Paternoster or basic bottom? Once you've unlocked it for, well, I guess what I'm doing right now is a little weird because it's perch, but like, let's say we were fishing for crucian gibbles. Would you go Paternoster? I would normally go Paternoster over basic bottom for any kind of like carp species, especially. 57.50 clip 5. All right, hopefully I'll remember that if I go to copper and test it out. 57.50 clip 5. Our festive shovel. First 10 minutes on 80 and tuna. That's amazing. That's so cool. Were you trolling? Trolling. Popular spot next to the dock. Yeah. Like on the dock or next to the dock? Tuna wasn't fighting at all. Weird. 5 minutes. Wow. Right at the dock in the lily pads. Okay. Well, hopefully you'll still be here and you can remind me if I don't figure it out. Thought it was going to be 70. I could be wrong, but I just have this feeling that basic bottom is working better because it's perch. It's not a carp species. And I think there's something weird where when you're going for, especially non-carp species, sometimes it seems like basic bottom setups actually work better than the Paternoster loop and all that. But I don't know. Praise Night, good morning. I'm trying to pick up my first copper setup. I was wondering what's the difference in pickers and feeders. Pickers are more expensive per load capacity, but are a little more sensitive to smaller fish biting. Feeders are more standard and you get a little more value out of them. If it's an all-around copper setup, I would encourage you to think about feeders. This is just my opinion, but I think if it's your first setup and you're trying to get as much as you can out of it, I would just stick to feeders for now. 848. Now I use, if I'm going for F1 smaller fish at copper, I do actually use royal pickers a lot. Okay, so you'll see me using these, but those aren't my only setup for copper. If it was my first setup for copper, if I could afford it, I would get royal feeders. But if I couldn't afford it, I would just get Fortunas or whatever I could afford to get going. If that makes sense. Model 1 cheap. Yeah, Model 1s are good. Oh, that's very cool, Les. On the board. Some pickers have bonuses. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Steelhead is right. If you're not 100% yet in bottom fishing, the royal, is it the royal ones that give you the, wait, actually that might be royal feeders. But pickers do give you a bonus to XP and other bonuses at times. So royal pickers give you 10% to bottom fishing. Yeah. So both of them do. Royal feeders do as well. So that gets you to PVA faster, which is a huge deal. The new pickers, legacy, etc. Yeah. You can look at all of them to see all the bonuses. That's true. Mikey says posted in the Discord fishing spots and info. All right, let me check so I can lay eyes on it. Fishing spots and info. Love it. Thank you for posting that. That is great. What am I doing? Running back to our fish here. I don't even know if there is a perch cafe order. We're down to 32 night crawlers. Oh. The roach. 28.4 on bottom. It's very kind, Mikey. Thank you. Sage picker. Okay, that's cool, Steelhead. So let's think about this. What is the sage? What bonuses do the sage have? Let's see why Steelhead likes it so much for a picker rod at copper. I need to go do something real quick. So let me look at this and then I'm going to go. I'll be AFK just for a couple minutes here. Sage picker. So it's about a 5,000 to 6,000, probably about a 6,000 silver picker rod. And it has, my goodness, it's got bonuses to everything. It won't get you to PVA faster, but it's going to get you a bonus to pretty much any kind of fishing you're doing. If you're looking for cheapish, again, I would look at feeder rods and just decide on how strong of a leader and lead core and all that you're going to use and go a little bit above that based on what reels you're using. All right, I'll be back. Do we have a lot of fish on? Not at bear. Definitely time to switch off bear, isn't it? We had our fun at bear. Oh my goodness, somebody just got another black carp trophy. All right, Deckard. We're at 94 silver. I think the upgrade on the one reel was like 150. And then the others are like 20 a piece or something like that. Okay, so we have a perch order. This is 10 silver for 5. And we could probably aim towards that common roach maybe. We want to catch something other than perch. Or we could just throw on bread and pearl barley and catch roach and crucian gibble stuff. Instead of keep doing them perch. Okay. Oh yeah, I want to fix some coffee, which is right behind me. And let me just catch up on chat real quick. $40 minutes, 600 silver. Yeah, Shay points out that 10% bottom is better than bonus to rig in terms of trophy chance, according to the development team. You can't use the largest ground bait size with some pickers. You can't even use the medium ground bait size. Mikey did really good on that spot that we're going to try out at Copper, I guess. You'll need at least one picker for the Christmas, but a cheap one will do. Yeah, unless they've changed it. You never know, they could change some of them a little bit. Let's see, would 2 Model 1 pickers and maybe 1 Model 1 feeder be a good idea? I mean, yeah, it's fine. I think when you're getting the Model 1, Model 2s, thankfully those are cheap enough that whatever you do in the future, you're not going to regret that kind of purchase because you're going to catch so many fish on those and they weren't that expensive in the first place. And so when you save up for one with bonuses that does cost more, I don't think you'll regret having done those. Big old perch, y'all. Going to Copper just as night approaches, very smart. Wait, are you being sarcastic? The skirted jig on Elk Lake. Is skirted jig what? No, I'm using spinnerbait. You're using a skirted jig, huh? What percent spinning do you have to be to use those? I can't remember what a skirted jig is considering. Just jigging? That's cool. That's a good approach. Oh, yeah, I probably won't go to... I mean, we'll see. I'm not exactly sure, Mikey. Normal jigging? Yeah, okay. Just getting my coffee going. So what are you doing on those skirted jigs? You doing like stop and go, or like a jig step, basically? What retrieval speed are you doing, I guess is what I'm wondering. That is a good idea. Between elk as well as Belaya, it's not hard to level up spin fishing these days early. Oh, you're doing the 50. Really? Is it you just doing it off the dock, or do you have another favorite spot? That's really cool. Welcome. I'm glad you. So you've played before, I'm guessing. Is this an alt account? New account. Yeah, yeah. This is your alt. Okay, just making sure. That's fun though. Yeah, that's cool. That's smart. Yeah, so we'll sit here at Bear through the start of the evening, and then we'll go get set up so that we're there in the morning at Copper. Dock and the small right side dock and between. Grass and black carpet in 30 minutes. Wow, Steelhead, that's awesome. I don't know who Fire Lady is, or I've forgotten if I'm supposed to know, but that's really cool. And I think once it gets to be, yo, Zig's got a trophy grass carp. Man, this spot is really producing. It's probably in the first hour, especially. Like, I'm wondering if some of these people, saw me catch the trophy grass carp. They came to this spot, and now they're still in their first hour. I think for me, we're just over an hour now, so I'm not sure that I'm expecting a whole lot out of this spot for us at this point, but we'll wait it out just a little bit longer in case we get a nice black carp. In 2 days, you bought the Meteor 30 to upgrade setup, 30S to upgrade. So, what do y'all think about? Is there any downside to taking this HydraSmart 25S and upgrading it? It upgrades to like 4.5 kilo for just 150 silver. So you've got a 2000 reel that's really strong for these low level spinning situations. And it basically only cost 150 silver. You're still getting the light or medium light benefits. Meteor 7.7 upgrade to 10. Okay, yeah. Well, that's the next level, but is that off grass boilies? It's actually off of grass pellets. Some people are also using the 18 size, but I think a lot of the quick trophies are coming in on these 25 sizes. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but that's my impression. Can't comment on this. My knowledge is lacking. Well, thank you for your honesty. I think I'm going to try it on the leveling series, and it'll just give us a little bit more strength if we do some Belaya or some more elk spin fishing during that series. And at about 10 p.m., we'll switch from the perch baits over to the Crucian Gibble roach stuff. 18-25 mix. Hey, there's a black carp. .5 to 100? Wow. It is imminent. Oh, wow. Okay. So somebody even today just caught broken skulls, just caught? Or is it fluidity, maybe? A trophy albino? That's crazy. Um, what are people saying today about copper? Anything recent? I know we've got that F1 spot, or F1 attempt we were going to do, but what else are people talking about? Bunny Tench. Yeah, nothing looks great at copper. We'll just try the F1s. And then we'll probably go to 34 at the C just for fun. Can't wait to try the new Ciberlino lure. Oh, I got you, Mikey. You've cracked the code, huh? You have cracked the code. Next, you're going to be telling me the new Zig rig setup for F1s. Yo, Broken Skulls, greetings. I just saw your name. Oh, maybe on a Discord post. I asked AI last night what came first, the chicken or the egg, and it said the egg from another species. That's weird. Broken is my friend. Okay, nice, Fakin. That's awesome. Yeah, I was just reading the post about the albino carp. Maximum total weight fish caught per day. All these fat perch, man. And I definitely think that the bite rate on the bottom, basic bottom, has outpaced the bite rate on the paternoster since we're going for perch. What map does instant coffee available? Huh. Is it out of stock? So you're looking at the grocery stores and you're not seeing it. Did you try? Is it out of stock at Old Berg? Wait, yeah, they don't have it here unless you want to spend gold. Dang. Yo, Evil Petit. Yeah, the bite rate's slow. But if you really are hunting for a trophy grass carp, what a nice time to be doing that, because just make sure you let the spot rest. But every few hours, if you want to come spend an hour here, I would say you're bound to get it. I would think, especially if you have PVA. Up to Belaya is out of stock. Even Old Berg, huh? Big F1 seeing my friction go orange in a common carp. Oh yeah, that's sad. That's always a sad development. Volkov definitely should. I mean, I shouldn't say definitely because grocery store is not the same thing. But I would imagine once you can get to Volkov, yeah, you'd be able to get it. But big perch. Oh, you already have the trophy grass. You're hoping to get black ones. Yeah, still pretty decent chance of that. I would just love to see an albino. I'm not even sure. Do I even have a single albino grass carp? I don't. See, I've never even caught one. I've never caught an albino catfish, at least since they brought out this tracker. All right, it's 10 p.m. So let's switch. Let's wait. Let's try to get one more fish out of the perch spot, and then let's switch it over to crucian gibble and roach friendly baits. You can still catch perch this late, but I think it's less likely we're going to see the really big ones as it gets into the overnight. Oh, it's great, Mikey. That's incredible. All right, so this will be the first one we switch over. We're already catching roach. Okay, so for the first one, let's go paternoster. We'll switch it to crucian gibble. And we'll do pearl barley on this one. And then I think the other two I'll just do bread. I don't know if I want to do... Well, maybe we'll try it. I don't mind having a slow bite rate since we're just chilling over here. All right, so this one I'm going to do size 10, and the other one I'll do a size 1. Crucian gibble, large bread, go. Now we're tempting fate here. We don't want our first trophy to be crucian gibble if possible. All right, we're gonna be patient here for another, at least to midnight before we start switching over to our copper stuff. Oh, trophy grass carp jabs. Every time I dig with my shovel, I start to get nibbles. Because I go down to 0 energy and then a big grass carp jumps on. All right, the fish is on. There it goes. Especially when you don't have energy. I am being more and more convinced that this is a nice way to do it. So hour, 15 minutes. 19 fish, 3 of them were black carp, 1 of them was grass carp trophy. What's up, Rise? Okay. Thanks, Rise. Appreciate that. Sorry you don't have time, but glad you've enjoyed the series. It's been fun making it, to be honest. I waited long enough that I'm having a really good time. So that's 598 silver. That's crazy good silver for Bear Lake. Yeah, you. Yeah, Evil. You might be an adventure. All right. So we're gonna try. I hope you get a good night's rest. We're going to try 5750. This one over here. Flip 5 or 6. No ground bait. Can I just do one ground bait? I think I can do one ground bait. I'll do no ground bait on 2 of them and one ground bait on 1 of them. Six. It's the only rod I can use PVA on. No bites on this one so far. Well, hey, it's doing its job though. It's putting it's getting that PVA in the water, which supports your other rods. You know. Uh-oh, did I switch that to a large one hook? Wow, we're already getting a bite. Oh, we're already getting lots of nibbles. No, I need to switch the hook size on the middle one. All right, so we're going to catch, what, mirrors and stuff at night? That's all right. What is that? Common carp? Wait, what's the December challenge? December 7th? Um, December 7th. That's like tomorrow. Doesn't say in my time zone. Grayling and brown trout. Huh. Yeah, supposedly, Evil, what we're hearing is if you don't use ground bait or PVA, you can still catch the F1s. That's Mikey's theory. You miss those days fishing at Archie Rise? Hey, there's our first F1. Oh, I want the smaller hook. Maybe we'll keep the smaller hook since we have PVA on it right now. Maybe somehow that balances out. Yeah, that's what we're saying, Evil. I don't know. I don't know. That's what we're saying. But nighttime's gonna be off anyway, I'm guessing. Yeah, Mikey got a trophy F1. There's an F1. We're at 29.2. For a second there, though, I was getting excited that classic hair was going to be at 30, but it's at 35%, which is unfortunate. Yes, it is cheap. That's true. $7.50 silver in 1 hour. That is such good silver without PVA. Wait, Craze Knight, where is here again? Are you talking about at Copper? I don't remember if it has any 6,000 reels that are worth considering. And the rod's probably nothing worth. I don't feel like there was any great copper stuff at the Christmas fair, but I'd have to go back and check last year's video, and you never know when it's gonna get updated. They could add something to it. All right, that's not an F1, by the way. That is a mirror. Wow. Bat mirror. Another F1. That's two F1s on the size 4 hooks, for what it's worth, but we'll see. All right. Come on, be an F1. We got to prove Mikey right. There's another trophy grass carp. Nice, Odin. At what percent should I repair HSV mech? I mean, if you are, I wouldn't let it go too low if you're using it to fish for carp, just because you want that strength, you know? Nice fish, Odin. And it's pretty cheap to repair. Hey, it's another F1 on the size 4 hooks. We have 3 F1s and they've all been caught on the middle rod. Odin says mech at around 30%. I just don't know if I'd have the patience to wait that long, but that might be the efficient thing to do. I don't know. Another nice F1 on the middle rod. I would evil, but just see what it feels like for you. It might be resistant to that. Just sometimes bare spots for me are pretty drastic of a drop off after an hour, and I'll let it rest. But you know, every spot can be a little different, so I don't know. I don't think it's a bad idea to let it rest. There's a tench. Yeah, come try it out. This is a good time to be here. If the F1s are gonna pop off a little bit, you'd expect it to happen right around now. All right, I'm gonna switch to a large one hook on this one. So we are now using the exact same thing on every rod. All 3 rods have just corn and dip. And it is daytime, so if it's gonna be, we're gonna see some F1s, you'd think we'd see them now. Between now and noon, especially. Oh, that's a koi. Okay. You will not hear a complaint out of me for that. That was a record of the week. 55.61. It's going to be a mirror or a common, I guess. Unless it too is a koi. Oh, it's a... Yo, Tenacious T with a trophy grass carp. They're just jumping out of the water at Bear. Super freak. There's an F1. All right, there's our first F1 on a large one hook in this spot. And, oh, if this is an F1, it's juicy. Looks like it's a mirror. Cocoa cream is what I'm using. I think that's right. I mean, with this good a bite rate, there's nothing wrong with catching some commons and mirrors. Like, everything adds up. When you've got this kind of bite rate, it's sick. I think that's a common. Yo, Mashari with a trophy F1. I wonder if Mashari is doing what we're doing at the moment. I want to go run to the cafe real quick here at Mosquito just to see if we have any. Because I'm not going to fish too much longer on this account. I'm going to go put those reels in the shop, I think. Then the next night, if we're still playing, I might go back to Donitz one more time. Because we can use our smaller setups that don't have the reels that we'll have in the shop. All right, we don't have white bream. We don't have a tench that big. We don't have a common carp that big. We're short on roach, but I think we'll get there now that it's daytime. And we're good on crucian. We'll wait a little bit longer. We're good on gibble, but we'll wait a little bit longer. And then just overall, we're sitting at about 86 silver, so that's really nice. Very cool. Okay. So if I can put up with it for a little bit longer, we may actually... How much silver would we need to do both? I think it'd be 150, 170, 190. I think it would be 210 to do upgrades on all 4 reels. So I don't know if we're going to get to 210 in this spot unless we get a couple trophies or something. Mirror. Well, there are rarely spots like this that I feel like are doing this good for lower level players if you don't have PVA yet. That's a pretty rare combination. It's pretty nice. Cut up some of these less than markers as we have time, which might be later. I don't know that we have time right now with this bite rate. Another small crucian, which is fine for that cafe order. And big crucian. Still getting a pretty small percentage of F1s, but it's the bite rate's making up for it. Ooh, funny tinch. Okay, now that's something. We've had a koi and a funny tinch at this point. That was a record of the week funny tinch. How long have we been here? 17 minutes. There's another F1. 2 kilo F1. Those really add up too. We can get a few more. There's another one. Back-to-back F1s. Mikey says I'm unwinding now because I'm pretty sure I overfished it. Oh, another funny tinch, y'all. Holy cow. And Savage Kill, another trophy grass carp coming out. You're going for white bream on Donitz. Again, that's not an F1. There's a nice F1 though, 2 kilo. This will be a mirror or maybe a common. It's swimming so aggressively. Goodness. I'm at 6 clip if you're talking about on copper. But that's because I'm using a rod pod and I'm backed up just a teeny bit and just gives me a little more freedom. Love to see what this is so I can. All right, that's not a koi. I think that's a common carp. Yeah, it's just a common. Okay, we'll be aggressive. Yo, what's up, Rez? How are you doing? Pretty decent common considering we're on large one hooks with no ground bait or PVA here. And corn, 17 kilo. You've not fished for the last couple days? Another F1? So Mikey's right. This has been really good. Even without ground bait or PVA recently. And we've gotten, you know, not all F1s, but a decent amount of F1s mixed in with some other things. The world? I guess this is a common carp too. Here at Mosquito. This is why we need to get our reels slightly upgraded here. So a little more power helps when you hit these 2.5, 3 kilo common carp or whatever. Then we'll also put on the larger spools of line. The luxuries as you start to get a little bit of silver. I don't know. We may have to chase this. Might be a bream. We're at 54 fish in 25 minutes. At copper. You're going to check out copper because you skipped it before? Is that what you're saying, Rez? Whatever this fish is at Mosquito, it seems to be allowing us to pull it in now. So we're using pearl barley. Like, could it be a tench? What's the best case? I mean, it's probably just a common carp, but it is not a common carp. It is that rare mirror carp at Mosquito. 2.5 kilo. It's not even a marker. What a pain in the booty that is. Wow. You were level 33 when copper came? A non-marker spooler. That's right, Mikey. A non-marker spooler. That's crazy. Who thought it was a good idea to put mirror carp in mosquito? Just kidding. It's fine. It's actually nice to have the variety, I think, for new players. All right, it's noon. I think we can stop this mosquito fishing here. All right, let's go ahead and take our reels off. Because that's what we're going to upgrade. I'm playing on the smaller screen. I'm on my other computer. It's my current leveling. I'm just kind of doing some of the grinding instead of, you know, always recording an episode. Sometimes it's nice just to get some grinding in. Especially since we have to leave it logged in while we're repairing or changing reels out. All right, we never did get the 5th common roach, which is just, it is what it is. All right, Crucian. Gibble. And 99 silver. Yeah, that's great. 218. So it's not going to, man, that actually might be enough to do all the reels. Do we want to do all the reels? Content for newer player. That's right. Common carp. Small mirrors. Ugh. Yeah, I definitely go through streaks of lots of mirrors commons. All right, there's an F1. There's an F1. It's just an insane bite rate though, right? I may have enough silver. I've got to make a decision here. Do we want to upgrade that? Might as well. 150 silver? F1. The setup I'm using. $18 to 5.4. $18, 5.4, 18, 5.4. It's probably, you know, I mean, obviously there's RNG involved. Also, day to day, there might be small changes with the weather and the water temp. I mean, I've gone on. There's been streaks of having funny tench and F1s, even that koi. But yeah, there have been a lot of those mixed in. So you definitely want to go from 2.7 to 3.6 for 27 silver. That's a no-brainer. But the question is, do you go to 4.5? Let's look at the setup kind of put together one more time before I decide. All right, so it's this arrow with this Hydra Smart. So I guess the argument against it is that the reel is then too strong for the rod, right? We go to, oh no, it's not. it's because it's 4.5 and the rod goes up to 5, so it's kind of perfect. Kind of perfect. I mean, it's like going from 2.7 to 4.5 is such a big deal. Obviously, going to 3.4 or 3.6 or whatever is a no-brainer for 20-something silver, but I think it's worth the 150. You're still getting the light power rod with a 2000 reel. But the amount of power you get is a lot more. It's going to be a little more fun using it on both elk and, that's a nice F1, 1.3. Both elk as well as Belaya, if Belaya picks up. 2.7. Is there a downsize? Like, I hope we're not outdoing the mech weight of this little reel. The Hydra Smart 25S. I doubt. Do y'all think there's intel on this little reel? Let's check. Let's us check. Gear info, reel info. Spinning, and it's a 2000. Hydra Smart. Oh, you know what? Isn't there a way now to just compare, or just to pull it up this way? Hydra, yeah, here it is. Hydra Smart 25S. Hydra Smart 25S. Oh, is it the 2? No, it's just the regular. It's not the 2. All right, so let's look what it says. Test weight is 2, which is awesome. Mech weight is 2.8. Shoot. Wait, is there really a Hydra Smart? Can't get to the store too easily. Another trophy grass carp comes out. What reel are you looking at? I'm looking at the Hydra Smart. The Hydra Smart 25S. Not the 225S, the 25S. You think the mech is 5.4? Yo, Fisher KW, greetings. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. Would not make any sense if they had lower mech weight over brake upgrade. Yeah, it would not make any sense, but this is a free reel, and it doesn't look like they've upgraded it to the Hydra Smart 2, which is what's now available in the store. And so it could be an oversight, which does make me want to test it, but we'll probably break it. I will probably break it if it really is a 2.8 mech, and we put the friction at 4.5. There's another funny tinch, by the way. How many is that? 3? Yeah. I wonder if that's an oversight. Like, I wonder if they realize that it is set up that way. Because sure enough, you can put it up to 4.5. It's a 5-star carbon friction brake installation. Yo, thanks, Mikey. Thanks for the tip. But we will absolutely destroy this reel. It's not oversight. Wait, what do you mean, Dark U? You think they set it up intentionally this way that you can install a friction brake that'll break your reel? I mean, what I'm saying the oversight is that they're still giving away the old version of the Hydra Smart instead of upgrading to the Hydra Smart 2 which is the only thing that's available in the store now, right? And that's what the parts are supposed to line up with. Yeah, the new one mech weight is, according to the chart, the new mech weight is higher. It's 5.4. So I think that's what they intend. But when the gift was set up for what you hit level 11, it was programmed in to give you the old version, and it hasn't been updated to the new one. I don't think there's a better place to ask than here. I recently bought 3 rod setups for copper. Let me just get this on the spinning reel thing so I can remember to look real quick. 1 Royal West Hill and 2 Siberia Model 1s, all with Natoras. For both Siberia Model 1s, I noticed bouncing of the fish when I lift the rod to land a fish. Strange if you want to make new players fail hard on purpose. Kind of makes no sense. Yeah, well, I don't think it's on purpose, Shay. I really doubt that it's on purpose. So look at this. This is the Hydra Smart. This is the same reel we have, except it's the newer model of it. And they upgraded this mech weight to 5 point something, so that you can use those parts to upgrade your reel to 4.5 friction brake and really turn this into a nice little reel. But if you do it on the free one that's given to you when you hit level 11, it's still the old version. It's Hydra Smart 25S. Take the 2 out. And that one has the old version of the mech weight, which is much lower. Okay, so let me go to your question, Evil. So you're talking about feeder rods, right? Okay, let's look at the Royal West Hill. That's not right. Royal West Hill. You're talking about West Hill Wingate? Is that the right one? The reels on the Siberia one are more damaged. Okay. So I'm going to assume here you got the 130XH. That's an assumption I'm going to make. It's the one that you should get, has a better test weight for bigger PVA and stuff. So it's extra heavy power and fast action. Oh, sorry, West Hill Royal. Okay, you got a nice one. Gotcha. Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, it's just a much nicer rod. So that may be a part of it. You got the West Hill Royal, daggum. Okay, so this is extra heavy and fast. It goes up to 30.7 load capacity. Test is 50 to 150. The mass is 307 grams. But the thing I'm curious about is that stiffness rating being 9 out of 10. So it goes fast, 9 out of 10, extra heavy. And that was a nice F1 we just called a second ago, by the way. And then the Model 1s. All right, let's see what the Model 1s are. Fast, 9 out of 10, extra heavy. Model 1, again, I'm going to assume you got the 450. It's medium action, 5 out of 10 stiffness. So it's got a lot more bounce to it. It's not near as stiff. And it's extra heavy power. So it's very powerful, but it's a little bit of a noodle when it comes to the rod. It's only 5 out of 10 on stiffness, and you're putting a lot of weight on it. It's very long. It's 4.5 meters long. That's what I'm guessing. It also has a lower load capacity and a much higher. Wait, hold on. Let me look at the other one again, because I might be remembering what the first one had. Yeah, I mean, look at the mass difference. That Model 1 is so much heavier. But, again, it's really long and it's not super stiff. Yo, what's up, Coach Hero? So I can't say for sure that's the difference, but I'm just wondering if that's the difference. Wait, the mass is 307. And the mass is 447. Yeah, it's just a heavy, long noodle. I don't know. Could be. Could be. Now, I don't think I would worry too much about it. If it was me. There's another funny tinge. Are we at an hour yet? 42 minutes. We're going to make a decent amount of silver here, especially for not using much PVA or anything. So what's more fun? Is it more fun on the leveling guide to upgrade to the place that it will potentially break the reel and then just explain the mistake, not the mistake, but the incongruency of the parts that they offer in the store versus what that reel is possible of? Or at least test it, because maybe it won't break. Kind of feel like I do want to. I mean, the reel was free. The only thing that kind of stinks is this expense. It's like 150 silver to upgrade it. Now, the smart thing to do to avoid all of that is to actually just purchase a new reel and get the updated model. Then it's only going to cost 58 silver to buy the reel and then 150. So basically, it's 200 silver-ish to get a very strong 2000 reel that should just cut up most things, all these small fish we're catching at elk, and do pretty well at Belaya. The Hydra Smart 2 upgraded to 4.5 load capacity, not load capacity, but max drag. Model 1 pickers. Crazed Knight says so I should avoid the Model 1 pickers. I mean, I don't know that it's a reason to avoid it. It definitely, I mean, because like I use the Model 1 spinning rods for trolling sometimes, or the Super Duties, and they're not the most, they're kind of noodleish out there trolling too, but they still work really well. I don't know that I would worry about it too much. It definitely, I think the issue comes in when you have, like what Evil is looking at, he's looking at the comparison. He's got one really nice expensive rod and the two of the more budget friendly ones. And he's just noticing that the budget friendly ones aren't as, he doesn't like the way it looks, and it seems like he thinks it's damaging the reels a little bit, which I don't know about that. I would have to test that. I've not heard of that, but it's possible. The other thing you can do, I mean, and some people recommend this, you can try to get in the habit of using your net to bring fish in. I know it's nice to just like flip them up out of the water, but if you're worried about doing damage to gear, I think it does make a difference once the fish are a decent size to actually use your net. Just bring them in as close as you can, keeping them in the water, and then net them out. So this is 58 silver. So I could purchase that, but I wouldn't be able to purchase that and upgrade it, at least right now. How much time do these little surdies have? 17 hours. I think I'm going to just go ahead and shut this down. I'm not really fishing anymore, at least not right now. If I start fishing again, I can pop it back on. Not gonna go too much longer here. Did we get that C rod set up? Because we'll do just a little bit on 34 before I sign out. I need to figure out what lurker to use. think I was going to do another fish. Hmm. Are a lot of people using Lurker 104? Another F1. Another funny tench, and that's a nice one. $23 fishing, one F1. Yeah, that seems low. And a Crucian trophy. There you go. There's a Donit's Rough cafe order. I think I will fish the Donut spot. That's just too good, right? To have a Donit's cafe order. What is it? If you get an 80-gram one, it's for 52 silver. One Donit's 52 silver. So let's try it. If anybody wants to go for Donit's, this is a good time to do it, based on the cafe order at least. Now, the last time I did this, earlier in the stream, we only caught 2 of them the whole night. So they're not necessarily popping off, but they're still possible. Maybe it'll be a good night for them. We'll definitely see some more perch. Hey, F1. We're over 100 fish. Oh, nice. Good job, Dark Hue. What was the last one? All right. Crayfish was the last one. Gotcha. Perch number one. Maybe they just thought that it was. Oh, wait. We don't need to throw it back in. Maybe they just thought that it's too much of a. It's like it's too good of a deal to be able to upgrade the free reel for only 150 silver to that level or something. Maybe it was like an intentional decision. Because it does seem a little too good to be true in some ways. But it's not that crazy because I mean, the thing is, it's a 2,000 reel. It wouldn't be that crazy if, you know, you're just thinking of it as just a general spinning reel. Zebra wasn't so hard for me. Got Donnets and Zebra. Last two was River Mussel and Crayfish. All right, so 109 silver for this one Funny Tinch trophy, not trophy, but cafe order. Also 50 for the common carp, so that's already 160. 18, so that's like 180. So 180 silver plus 1,078, so less than an hour with very cheap bait. We made an absolute ton of silver. Fishman Fisher gets a trophy grass carp. Yeah, that's a ton of silver. That's great. That is true, Dark Hue. Most people do get it that way. And now Pullmont gets a trophy grass carp. We might set a new record on the amount of trophy grass carps coming out. I can't remember. Let's just go look really quick because it's not that far. All right, I gotta remember this time. The cafe is wanting an 80-gram Donitz Rough. 80-gram Donitz Rough. All right. Is that right, Nom? $170 silver with cafe from Elk in an hour and 20. That's good. Yeah, that's good. That's a Donitz Rough, but it is not 80 grams. But it's good to see one, though. Wait, do you have PVA, though, Evil? Because today seems like a weird day on copper. Normally, you use PVA and just rake in the silver, you know? A little eel pout on the lurker. Just corn and dip. Oh, you don't have... But I mean, what percentage bottom are you again? Yeah, I don't mean what you're doing today. I just meant overall. In terms of your overall potential of making silver on copper. You're 90-ish. Okay, so with the 10% boost, you could have PVA already. That's 2 Vivies in a row. On the lurker, too. Both of them on the lurker. Yeah, you'll be fine on copper then. Yo, what's up, Bomar? Little haddock, maybe? Or no, that's a safe. It's about to be bait. That's a Donut Ruff, and that is plenty big. 140 grams, 3,000 XP. That one is more than enough for that cafe order. Now we want to get greedy and get another one that is right at the size of the cafe order. Hey, nice, Bomar. That's awesome, though. Congrats on that. Just get a trophy. How wild would that be? I mean, I thought it would have been crazy to have the first trophy on this account be a perch, but what if it was a Donut Ruff? That would be amazing. Yeah, there you go. Fish pieces. That's true. That's a good fish pieces spot. I agree. Wow, Bomar, that's cool. How many different computers are you playing on? Oh, love to see an American place. That's cool. Um, what do we have on? We could do large fillet as well. I'm more likely to... These days, I'm more likely to fish with large fillet, I think. Three accounts is easy. All right, let's see. If you're doing 3 accounts on one PC, another safe. I feel like you have to do something to be able to open it up that many times on one PC. Oh, is that all that's necessary? Is just having multiple installs and it'll just open it up? Okay. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Just name them slightly different things or whatever. Do you remember them? Or what? I don't know. 6? Oh my goodness. I guess that's, if you're fishing for something that's slower, one way to be more action-packed. Another American place. Okay, what are these places going for? The lurker. The lurker seems to be doing really well. A lot of the fish we're catching, at least during these overnight hours, have been on the lurker, not on the drops. Oh, what a weird burbot we just caught at the Donut spot. Not very practical. Yeah. Fishing on 2 accounts. There's a haddock. That was on foam rubber fish. The black one. Yeah, I hear you, Nam. Yeah, catch a new star on the alt. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, for sure, Bomar. I think there's definitely uses if you're trying to. Hey, it's a little spiny. That's cool. Tiny fish. Go tiny fish. If you're trying to do a lot of, if you're trying to do testing, of course, yeah, it's super good. To your paws. Nice. Yeah, that's a healthy pause. Well, welcome back. Hope you can find some enjoyment with all the new stuff. Yeah, yeah. I've paused. Usually not for that long, but in fact, it's not ever been that long. But it's a nice whiting. We're having a good catch so far here on 34. No trophies or anything, but I'd say so far it's going pretty good. Okay. This is, of course, a chub at winding. It just tried to blow me up. $5.38. I guess I'm going to cast in one more time. Yo, Reynolds, thanks for the sub. Little white bream. You can't remember how to put the... So for me, I just hit... I think it's either... I think 0 maybe is default. I think that's right. Thank you so much, Reynolds. Good afternoon. For me, good afternoon, but not by a whole lot. F1 for all commands. Yeah, good point. Well, I guess I'm going to have to lock this up. I don't think it's strong enough that it'll be any concern at all, but definitely want to have my hand on the wheel when I lock it up. Just to make sure. You haven't changed any settings? Stiggy Life says, just came back to the game myself. Got to say, the little mini map change is a welcome one. Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely. James Griffin with a subscription. Thank you. Oh, wait, actually, I think that's on the YouTube side. Maybe not here. Wow, that's a nice little safe. 14.5 kilo safe. Guess we'll keep that one. Another Donut's Rough, but it was 8 grams too small for the cafe order. We may have to use the big one for the cafe, it looks like. Let's see. I guess everything's pretty good. We are using 6 year. Oh, we're using 55 fluorocarbon. I felt like we didn't have quite enough power there. What's up, Drake? No Christmas event yet. That will be, typically that happens the week of Christmas. So maybe in like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, something like that. Swapping 0 with tab. Oh, okay. So Laza, you put your rods down with tab. That's cool. Another safe. All right, let's go turn in that cafe order on Mosquito. I mean on Winding. Thank you, MDawg. That's your birthday, Steelhead? And that's when you've done the event? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, we'll see what the price difference is here on the using the cafe versus not using the cafe. So let's see. Donut's Rough 31.7, or we can do it for the cafe and get 80. Sorry, get 52. So still worth doing the cafe, but it's not as great a difference as it would have been with being closer to size. 5, so I think that's going to be it. We didn't do muscles, nace, anything else. Another 27 silver, so we're up to 254. We technically do now have enough for, we want to purchase that reel and then upgrade it. That's the day the event has been starting. Yeah, we've looked back at the patch notes day. At least last time I streamed, I think we looked back to get the exact dates. That might be right, I can't remember. But it was definitely like that week of Christmas, right before Christmas, basically. $41.32 on Amber is crazy. Really? Like, is it trophy crazy or silver crazy? What's crazy about it? let's see. All right, so we just... You're going to check rewards before you decide if you want to really hit the event hard. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess for now I'm not going to do the... Those reels for the upgrades on the Express Fishing Lacerti 2s, they still have 5 hours left. Those take forever. That's like a 7-hour replacement or 6-hour replacement. I was not expecting it to be that long. Bite rate's very good. Size is all right for me. Not sure how it is with spot or PVA. And 4132. Is that pond or no? I can't remember 4132. That feels like that might be pond. Did you see a package, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's small.
Oh, it's not the painting then. Patch notes dropper 1220, December 22nd, at least in your time zone. Okay. Yeah, that might be a time zone difference. Well, that's awesome. Anytime that the pond is going off, that is great news because that means people with HSVs can comfortably make some good silver and XP off of amber. I think this is fun right now. I mean, this is a good call on 34 at the minute right now because you're getting like the turbot and the American place mixed in with all the normal stuff. We had a decent whiting. I don't know. It's just good 34 variety right now. Very quick bite rate. I suspect it'll be decent silver. Level 14. What level are you on the new one? There's another eel pout. I am currently level 13 on the leveling series. Right now I'm just like logged in but not fishing because I'm trying to let this real upgrade happen. When you have to be logged in for the upgrades. Craze Night, global records pay, yes. I don't know about 300. I've really not ever paid attention to that stuff, but I think the payouts happen on Sunday. Isn't that right? When it resets? Christmas event should start, if it's going to follow the same pattern, it should start December 23rd in the US, or it might be different if based on where you are in the world. The night of the 22nd, day of the 23rd, something like that. Or close to that, I would say, is most likely what we'll see. Look at that nice 442 gram eel pout. I guess we need to watch our drifting, though. We're going to end up off the bank. Ooh, there's a herring. Yeah. Elk Lake is really good for low-level XP, I think. But the problem is, at least in my experience, even at that low level, you want silver more than you want XP. And I'm not saying, I mean, elk can also be decent for silver, but that's the concern. Coordinates at different maps. There have been sites that have done that in the past. Are there any that do it right now? The nice thing is that the game does that now, right? If you're on a map, you can see the coordinates. Hopefully somebody in chat can tell you if there is an active website that's doing that still. $2 p.m. on Sundays. Okay. Oh, you meant fishing spots, not... Oh, yeah, there's tons of sites. So sorry, Court. You have to whisper it to me if you're wanting to post it in chat. But I would just say, I'm going to post you Blunty's website. And then if you want to... The nice thing about this one is that it has links to a lot of the other ones. So this is a good starting point, in my opinion. Thank you, Dark Hugh. I forgot about that. Oh, okay, and Dimitru is saying there is one that if you want to see coordinates for maps, but once again, you can't post links in chat, so you have to tell us which one you're talking about. Or let me whisper it to me and I can post it. I think these days, most people use Discord or RF4, wait, what's it called? You can see it with Blunty site too? Okay, good. What would y'all say? RF4 trophies? I think it's RF4 trophies. Isn't that what a lot of people are using these days? Discord, RF4 trophies. There's still some stubborn folks like me that still will check in on VK every once in a while. But a lot of people are using Discord. It's gotten more and I think more and more significant, the information you get on Discord. And Darathar gets a trophy grass carp as well. There's an RF4 Wikipedia? Wait, is that a real thing? Yeah, RF4 trophy. It's cool that the pollock are showing up a little bit. We knew that the haddock were here potentially, but we're actually seeing some pollock as well. Yeah, steelhead. I do remember that. But we liked the game so much that we put up with it. As the game has gotten bigger and some of the fish fights have gotten longer, although even back then, I remember, you know, the brave few that were going for the really big fish, even back then, had some nightmare stories of server disconnects. And another grass carp trophy in chat. Cal Javelo. Javelo? Nice catch. Yeah, during the day, this bite rate on 34 is as you would might expect, insane. There's another spiny. That's two spinies. That's also fun. New players have no idea what we went through. Thankfully, I started playing right after the US server or the English speaking server had come out, so I never had to do the like translation stuff. Oh, there's a nice pollock. Wow. It really changes how I feel about 34 if pollock start coming out. Let's see what that was on the lurker. Yeah, that lurker 104 is awesome right now. How long have I been playing this game? Um, I don't know. I'd have to go back. Whenever I made the first YouTube video, it was within a week or so of that. It was the first time I played. It's been a while now. You can look up when I think there's a, mm, I think you can find out when the English server came out. And I think I played within the first few months of the English server coming out. 8 years for you, Steelhead? I don't think I'm at 8 years, but I'm at something. Let's see. I can find this out pretty easily. Um, you've been playing 3 to 4 months? All right, so here's some sites that Dimitru recommended. Just posting what he whispered to me. You're a baby. Well, we all start somewhere, right? Let's see. We want to filter by oldest. Quit putting me in YouTube Studio. I just want to see my channel the regular way. And I want to sort by oldest. Yeah, that's probably about right, Steelhead. I was thinking 6 years, but that might have been what it was when I looked last time. Apparently, my YouTube channel is now 12 years old, I'm seeing, because the oldest video I posted was 12 years ago about Rogue Legacy, of all things. That was a safe. What am I doing? Safe. So, now I just have to scroll down through all of the MMO videos, Hearthstone videos, Lotro videos, and find my first RF4 video. I love that there's a Lord of the Rings tutorial video on my channel that's 12 years old but only has 20 views. Alright, here's all the Hearthstone. And at some point we started trying out fishing game. Amara and I went on this journey where we were trying to try out all the fishing games, and I was trying to figure out like what's the most in-depth fishing game. I think I ended up on a forum somewhere. It might have even been like a Fishing Planet forum, and people were talking about this new game, Russian Fishing 4, and how realistic it was. And so Amar and I went and tried that one. And the rest is history. All right, here's Lord of the Rings days. There's Smite. Oh yeah, I played Smite for a while too, y'all. I forgot about that one. Smite and Hearthstone. I feel like I just did a lot of Smite and Hearthstone content for a while. October 18th, 2017. That's for the server. Keep trying to do safe as if it's fish pieces. Or, oh man, I played Wolson. I did a beta for Wolson before I did an RF4 video. I would not have guessed that. Where are we now? ESO. I mean, I tried everything. Anything and everything, especially if it was MMO related. Black Desert. Final Fantasy. Oh, English came June 15th, 2018. Okay. Eight years ago, I was still doing Hearthstone videos. Destiny 2. Some of my Destiny 2 videos popped off. That might have been one of the first times that I had videos like somehow hitting the algorithm in the right way. Not that I really cared, but it was weird to play something that lots of people wanted to watch. Oh man, that was so fun playing through all of the Assassin's Creed games. I did that for a while. Amar would remember those days. I would stream Assassin's Creed. We tried to play through as many as we could. Okay. So we went from Ultimate Fishing Simulator and then, at least video-wise, hit RF4. So it's 7 years ago. The very first video. Wait, if we can't get it to restart, then we'll just... Sure enough, having problems with the server. Of course. This was 7 years ago. Not sure if the exact date will be on here. Yeah. So yeah, for me, I guess it's been just somewhere over 7 years. Okay, December 18th, 2017. Wow, that is oddly very close to exactly 8 years, right? December 18th, 2017. So December 18th may not be my exact anniversary of when I first started playing, but within a week or two it would be. In fact, it could have been today. It could have been December 6th. Because by the 18th, I felt confident enough to restart and make my first leveling guide. Ideas on how to get started. Kugan says, yeah, I started just after Christmas in 2017. So we're, yeah, about the same then. Our RF4 birthdays are almost the same, McCugan. Edo Lake. Travel. Wow. Somebody created chapters. Or does the AI do that eventually? Why are there chapters on my YouTube video? I've never made chapters before. I don't think. Cafe orders, but cafe is misspelled. This must be like an AI thing, right? That's weird. Okay. Sorry, it took me a long time to get there, but we finally got there. Happy anniversary. Those months before English was just using your phone to translate the screen so you had an idea of what you were doing. It was all in Russian. Yeah. I remember hearing about that in the early days when I first started playing. People were so thankful that it had switched over to everything in English. Early boys. That's right, McCugan. So 2017, huh? But at the end of 2017, because it was December. There's Saith again. German version came out earlier. Did you play the German version? I think German and Russian version had been out. Well, certainly the Russian server had been out for a while at that point. Russian was May 2017. All I know is that I played Russian Fishing 4 before I played Russian Fishing 3. As did most people. I don't think that many people actually played Russian Fishing 3 back in the day. Oh, is that right, McHugan? Interesting. Huh. You've never tried it? I think some people would actually prefer it if they'd ever come out with a translated English server. I'm not saying the majority, a very small minority, but some people would have, I think, really dug how, because it was pretty simple graphically, just 2D, but the depth of what you could do, the amount of places, the amount of it's just like spreadsheets and just so much. I think because it was all 2D, they could get the art and everything created so much faster. They just had it was crazy. I want to say, did I do a couple of RF3 videos? I think I did, but there are definitely some RF3 videos out there where someone at least took you through the basic things in terms of translation. You've seen some screenshots. Yeah, you can find some videos too. See, that's what I don't know. That would be fun to ask if there's any of like, I don't know if any of the dev team that's been around that long actually speaks fluent English, or at least that I've ever had access to. Because I have a feeling that RF3 was the first thing that was ever playable by the public. I think RF1 and 2, if that even existed, might have been internal. It could be that RF3, they just thought it was funny to start with 3. I don't know. I'm not sure. What have we got here? For RF4, you hadn't played fishing games in a long time? Yeah. See, I don't remember. Had I played like Eurofishing or whatever it's called? Before RF4? Or was that after? I can't remember. Gone fishing on the Commodore Amiga 500. Wow. Um, okay, how does that silly video we made about the best fishing games of all time tier list, how does that have 5,000 views? Or 4.5 thousand views? That's crazy. All right, so we've got... I was just trying to look on this list to see if there's any fishing games I'm not thinking of that I was playing around that same time when I first tried RF4. I did Ultimate Fishing 1, Fishing Planet. See, I just don't... I have to look and see when Eurofishing came out. But it might have been RF4 that even like put that kind of fishing on my radar that I would have tried it. I'm not sure. That's a video showing it. Yeah, I can't see it because the link won't work on Twitch chat. But I can probably just look it up. Gone fishing. Commodore. I had a Commodore, whatever. Oh yeah, I see it. Okay. We're going to Wind Hollow. What's the actual fishing look like? All right, now we're at the tackle store. You spent hours in it? Tackle store looks cool. All right, let's get fishing though. I want to see what it looks like fishing. Okay. Oh, okay. So you can see the boat moving around the water body. It actually shows you the engine on the back of your boat moving as you turn. That's kind of a nice touch. This reminds me of some of the independent fishing games that come out on Steam. Some of them kind of have this very basic vibe to it. Can't tell if... I don't think it's actually fishing. I think they're just driving the boat around. All right. Oh yeah, now they clicked on the trolling motor. Maybe? Okay, yep. Now they put the anchor down. And there's an S and an F. Oh, they're choosing their lure. This was in 92? Yeah. I don't know what the S and the F means. Oh, does it switch screen when you cast? Just a blue. Oh, maybe not. Pretty cool. The mackerel have been pretty solid. Huh, that's cool. Alrighty. Let's get one more fish and then I'm going to have to call it today, I think. I was going to save these safe just to make sure there's not a cafe order or something. I don't know. Slow and fast retrieval. There you go. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, he was like, I didn't have the volume on, of course, but he kept hovering over S and F. Looked like he was talking about it. Another dab. That's the nice thing at night. We're getting some nice bottom flatfish. What's up, Teresa? Fishing is more fun with friends. I hope you've been here lurking. I will feel sad if you just got here, as I am logging out. All right. You just woke up? Ah, gotcha. You saw the Donuts video? Yes. Yo, thanks for the sub. 8 months. Thank you so much. We did not have any big haddock. I'm not sure that we're going to have anything here. Because we didn't have those. No cafes for us. Still 865 silver, though. So we did way better at copper today than Norway. Although we only fished, was less than an hour at Norway. Okay. We made some good silver today. We're almost back up to 70, which is nice. Basking sark. Okay, guys, I got to take a break. I got to go stretch my legs, chill, or whatever. I'll probably work on a video later, so I'll be around in-game chat at some point this afternoon. But always good to have you here. Thank you all. We've had several subs today. I really appreciate that support, especially with how spotty my streaming is these days. But when there's time, I try to get on, and we know over the holidays there'll be more time, and there'll be a fun event that we can all participate in, so that we're all looking forward to that. Thank y'all. Have a good day. I'll see you soon.